Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Lebanon Board of Park Commissioners. I'd like to call the meeting to order and let the record show that all members are present except Jessica Lawler. Now, if everyone's had a chance to look at the meeting's minutes from the September meeting, I'd entertain a motion to approve the minutes.
I move that we approve the minutes as presented.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Any old business to come before the board, John?
Yes, I'll go ahead and give you an update on the Stone Eater Bike Park, what's happened in the last month. And there again, Kevin was going to be here, but I told him I could handle giving a report. So I've been at about every meeting that we've had, and there's been quite a few, to say the least. Stone Eater Bike Park, the dry detention construction is complete. Proposed delivery bid packages have been published. Parking lot and site utility improvements. There again, bids were due 9/11 and no bids were received, so the rebidding in the fourth quarter. Cross country and skills trail, 4 potential bidders were pre-qualified on September 25th. We did a virtual online bid opening. We've never done that. That was the first time, but it worked out really well. 3 bids were received. There again, construction deadline was August 1st or October 1st. Pump Tracks USA was the low bidder with $343,000. And there again, I have summaries and all that if you would need any information on that. Miscellaneous quote packages, the fencing quoting results presented on September 25th. Mike Summers, low bidder, for $29,272.60. There again, I have summaries on all that. Landscaping and seating quoting results presented also on September 25th this year. Williams Creek Management was the low bidder. It was $99,930, and I have summary attached on it. Additional future bid quote packages will be for signage, for off-site trail connections. There again, other signage that we need out there, and a maintenance building. The funding, as far as that goes, it's plus or minus $2 million phase 1. HMBA award was $10,000. The BGI award is $10,000. People for Bikes, $5,000. Corporate Partners, $15,000. ARP grant was $500,000. Excuse me. Ready grant, $750,000. Sanitation fund, the balance in there is a little over or around $930,000. We'll use $624,370 for a subtotal of $1,914,000 or $1,914,370. Subtotal $750,000 approved. DLGF authorized $624 or $624,000. A lot of numbers here. $624,370. My eyes aren't as good either. Future phase construction, active bike skills area, skills trail, wood fencing, landscaping, picnic area, shelter, additional site and maintenance related improvements. And that's kind of a down and dirty. Kevin would have done a much better presentation. He's very well spoken and very familiar with everything going on. Also at the bike park Friday, we have 65 workers coming out from economic development and a lot of volunteers, and they're going to help clean up the site. Even though that we've had all the grading done and the everything completed for the most part to already start this, there's an area in the very back that needs a lot of cleaning up. So with the help of the street department and the parks department, we'll help them with bags, with hauling and things like that. Concrete we'll probably leave on site and use it as part of the trails. There again, they're probably old tires, hard telling what we'll run into, but I will appreciate the 65-plus workers that we have coming out on Friday. And there again, we've had several volunteers, to say the least, and it's a lot to organize. Kevin's done the majority of the organization on this, and I greatly appreciate his help on all that. I talked to the contractors with the low bid, which is that Pump Tracks USA. Looks like we'll hit our deadline of August 1st of 2024. And there again, they talked a shorter window than some of the other contractors, so we should be in real good shape. Obviously, they'll start in the spring, and we'll see what the weather brings. I mean, there again, there's a lot of variables in there, but they know their deadline's August 1st, and they said they'd have no trouble meeting that deadline. And that's pretty much an update on that. On the overlook, there again, we'll do a addendum to a contract for Cornerstone, and that will be going before the Board of Works on Tuesday. We're closed Monday, so the Board of Works will be delayed till Tuesday of next week. And we'll ask for addendum to our contract, which our attorney will have to look at and verify and okay that. And then we'll go forward with that. We have $300,000 set aside from the American Rescue Plan. I believe I sent on your packets what that construction idea is. I think some numbers are a little high. There again, Deb would do a much better job at presenting all that, and hopefully we'll have her back in November meeting to give you more updates. We've cleaned the site up down there considerably. Done a lot of grading work, a lot of seeding. John George, a local landscaper, helped us out with a lot of the work, did an outstanding job, couldn't say enough about him. And we've done quite a bit of work down there too. Now we are removing a few trees where the overlook will go, but took out a mound that had been there for years with a lot of big tree roots, and I don't know how many of those big containers that we had hauled in and hauled out from all the stumps and whatnot. But there again, looks really good, moving forward on it. No ideas where we'll get the other monies from, but there's conversations with the council on that. And those are pretty much the two big projects. I know Shirley's wanting to get out and play disc golf. We're hoping to get that done yet this fall. We have an outline for it, and we'll work on the design. We already know where the holes are going, but we're going to have to get out and stake them, and then the work begins. So Shirley, get your boots on and your leather jackets or heavy jackets, and you can come out and help us set some holes, and then we'll play some disc golf. But other than that, that's pretty much the old business that we had. Any questions?
Couple, get them on record so they'll be answered eventually. Talked a little bit about this in the past. I know messaging is still not been brought up by anybody, so maybe we can ask again about how they're going to push this out as something that's family friendly and oriented. The other one is we've talked about.
Is that on the bike park or?
Yeah, the bike park
Okay.
specifically. We've also talked about the income idea of it, tourism money, attraction, this is gonna have some upkeep. How do they plan on using the money as part of that to bring that money, will that money be funded back to the park? So let's say we do hold an event there. Is the plans of the income coming in actually to fund the maintenance of the park, the upkeep, how do they plan on using the quote tourism money that they're hoping to get to actually upkeep the park in its existence?
Yeah, that'll be on us to upkeep the park and maintain and finance, I'm sure. But the CVB has given $100,000 over the next 5 years. That's $20,000 coming into the Parks Department, be it for maintenance or whatnot. I think that was the intent, or to help us out. And obviously, they'll promote it. Hopefully it is family friendly. I think Nike is involved in another bike group. Again, Kevin's very educated on this. I'm a novice at it, and as far as that goes, I think they'll bring their own, they'll run 2 to 3 events maybe each year, let alone what we can run as a Parks Department using our resources and our programs director making programs there, which hopefully will include everybody. But NICA will bring in quite a few people. I think I've heard up to 500 people at these bike events. So That's pretty much, does that help you? That answer your questions? Okay, it's an answer. There you go. Good enough. Anything else? Any other questions?
So you're going to the council Monday or Tuesday night for the overlook?
Contract, yes, contract addendum for all this other services that we'll be going forward with. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Any new business?
No, there isn't.
Okay. Then we'll move on to the director's report.
All right, just a quick down and dirty of some of the parks, what we've done. Memorial Park, and these are just some of a few of the things. We do daily work that is just 7 days a week. But Memorial Park, the baseball field, we worked on the pitching mound, added clay, whatnot, and made sure it was up to code. Waiting on Rhino Shield to paint and do some warranty work on the press box / concession stand there at the ballpark. We signed a contract with them 3 years ago, and I think every year they're going to have to come out and touch it up because that Rhino Shield just didn't holding up like we thought it would. However, they're on the hook and they'll repair that. Thorough cleaning of the dugouts, and then, of course, the concession stand press box taken care of. Quite a bit of ball still being played this fall with a couple of adult groups that have leagues going on there. On the grounds, there was a bench installed from the McCloskey family. Dan's son had passed away some 22 years ago, and he had a tree by the Joe Habush Memorial Bandstand, and it didn't make it, and he decided to put a bench in memory of his son, and it was really nice. He even came over and helped us install it when we did that, and it's right on Camp Street, but want to thank him and his family, and it's awful nice. Hated to lose the tree, but that's what we face sometimes. He came over and looked at it and agreed. 4 trees were moved and stump grinded. We had 2 catawba trees that were back on the northeast corner over by Ewan. I want to thank Kurt Freshour to come out and help us with that. We're trying to be good neighbors with Ewan. You'll probably see that there are survey stakes out there along Ewan. That is property that is owned by Ewan. We'll work it out. Had conversation with quite a few of the board members at Ewan last night, discussing those same things about the property lines and some of the ideas that they're coming up with fencing, and we're going to try and clean that area up. The bushes are overgrown, and that is Ewan's property, but we help our neighbors out just like with the trees. We helped them out. Kurt helped out. Anyway, we're trying to work with them on the boundary lines, and they're a really productive meeting last night. There again, fitness equipment removed, repaired. Billy seems like he's doing that once a week. They just get a lot of use. There's several ladies come out in the morning, I see every morning, and then kids on it all day and parents in the evening. We removed graffiti in the slides, and throughout, shelters were power washed. Playgrounds were inspected, minor repairs done. Again, the graffiti removed. Restrooms, new partitions were delivered today. We're excited about that. We'll wait till we shut them down, and we'll have to close the one restroom down in the park that stays open throughout the season. But the new partitions are in, and we'll replace those. Seashore Water Park, both the vessels were winterized. That's always good to get that done. Abner Longley Park, 2 trees were removed. Pond treatment fountains will be removed this week and winterized, and then we'll store them. Ponds were stocked with bass and bluegill a couple weeks ago. I was real sneaky about it, so hopefully everybody can go out and fish now for the bluegill and bass. You tell people, and it's barraged. Grading and seeding completed. Restroom partitions, again, were delivered at Abner Longley Park. And there again, we always power wash the entrances, try and get to that at least twice a month. Duke is going to remove a tree at the hot pond. They've identified it. There again, it's a dead ash. I think ash borers got to it, but it's a huge tree. And Duke has offered to remove that for us, and we're going to let them. They'll let us know when they're doing that. I think I reported on that last month. They just haven't got around to it yet. Fountains also will be removed there. The fountain will be, and we'll winterize it and put it up for the winter. Now, those things are so expensive, we have to take care of them. Big Four Trail in downtown. Asphalt was installed on the corner of Main and Meridian. I think that was also ground up again, or it is going to, by the company, and then replaced, excuse me, right along that main. We're going to put a trench drain in right there. Just got to run that water. It puddles, and I'm just afraid this winter that it'll freeze, and yeah, we'll have some slipping and falling. We don't want that. That'll be installed, and I'll let everyone know when they go to do that. That will be done yet this fall. We're going to subcontract that work. Suburban Trail, cut back from Salem Plant Road to Colfax. Met with the superintendent of the county there, Nick Parr. Real guy, a nice guy to work with. He helped us out on our trail and some of the asphalt that we were inspecting it when we opened it up. But I think they are contracted to do that, but we might work hand in hand on that in the future, 2025. I don't think they gave him any money, and I know how that works. So they had the big Turning Leaves Festival, and we wanted to help them out for that and make sure that Big Four Trail was open. And we spent a couple days out there cleaning up the trail and cutting everything back. Removed the flags on Northeast Street and around the park, and we've stored those for the winter. We did that right after Memorial Day. I said Labor Day. I know it's Memorial Day.
Labor Day.
Labor Day, there you go. They all run together. Gene Haas Building, there again, we haven't drained the irrigation. We'll probably be doing that soon with the temps dropping, but we cleaned up, pulling the weeds all around all the beds that we have to take care of. Did a pond treatment out there and sprayed the beds, trimmed the bushes, and we removed a few bushes that we'll replace at some point in time. Program and events, we just been barraged this month with them. It's like back-to-back every weekend's pretty busy, and the preparation that goes into it is unbelievable too. Can't say outstanding job of what Billy and the crew and Caleb, Joel all take care of Logan, all the guys just do an outstanding job. We had Colonial Market Days. It was held at Abner Longley. They had a huge turnout, had some horses, had a couple battles going on. They really liked the wooded area down at Abner Longley Park. It just fit for them, and they want to come back again next year. Had a huge turnout with beautiful weather. Really nice educational thing down there too, so I hope everybody could get out and see that. Beautiful weather. They had all kinds of ice preparing for real hot weather, because that's what they've had, and needless to say, they bumped it back, and they had nice cool weather. Didn't use a bit of ice down there, so that was pretty funny. The splash pad at Abner Longley Park is now closed. We had a great summer and look forward to next year. We'll be winterizing that next week and make sure it's buttoned up. We'll change a couple of features too. Those features, you can interchange them, so we're looking at different, just to change it up a little bit. It'll be pretty similar, but want to keep it fresh. And on September 28th, around 150 volunteers from Floor and Eli Lilly came out and worked in our different parks throughout the town for the day. Service workers helped us with projects such as cleaning up the playground, power washing the playground equipment. I can't tell you all the amount of work they did. It's just outstanding. I'll just give you a brief, and keeping 150 people or 100 plus people busy. There was a lot of preparation, had several meetings with their team leaders too. They came out, they're very organized. I was very impressed with that company, with both companies. And it was really nice. They do this, and again, they want to come back for their Global Day of Service next year also. Downtown, they trimmed the plants, pulled the weeds, plant material, also put mulch in the beds, had to scrape some mulch out, but none of them complained. They all had smiles on their face, and really, it's pretty hard work. Also, they were amazed there's not a lot of trash to pick up. And they said, you guys do too good a job, which was really good to hear. They painted the office outside the pool, and we did several colors. They didn't get it all completed because there was other gray area which were complete now, but my goodness, that was just outstanding. Inside, both bathhouses were painted. Our pump house that is out there that the utility actually owns at the park, we changed the color code and finally got it to match all the other colors. And I was really happy about that because I'm one of those consistent guys that likes the consistent colors. And I don't know, it just really uniform, and I like the uniformity. Abner Long Lake Park, painted 3 pump houses down there. Painted the restroom inside. We couldn't shut the one down at Memorial Park because we had all the people coming in the next day, and I didn't want to take a chance, but we'll get that handled this winter. Memorial Park, again, all the playground equipment was power washed, clean, sanitized, and that was outstanding. They checked our Christmas lights out. We normally have spent a week on that. It's done. And they had a couple electricians from Florida that came in, and I'm telling you, those guys were good, old guys. It was guys, too. I expected women, but it was guys that came in and did it, and it was pretty cool. They really enjoyed it, and so we're ready for Christmas. I think we're getting it sooner than we need it. Conservation Pond, again, pick up sticks and trash. That whole northern part, northwest part, about 8 acres of nothing but brush and sticks piled up, cleaned up. It really looks nice. And yeah, they worked their tails off, and I really appreciate it. Got to meet a lot of nice people. The Arboretum, they cleaned up, picked up sticks. Wasn't a lot out there because we'd been out there, we're out there a lot cleaning up. But again, can't say enough about all the volunteerism that they did, and just wonderful people to work. And they are coming out next year. They said prepare for 300, and it's like, you have no idea. That's just this 100 plus is like 3 weeks of all our guys putting in 40 hours. So it was a lot, and our guys were right there with them working. It just really outstanding job. A lot of preparation, and everybody worked hard getting ready, and just nice. That partnership will be really nice. Looking forward to it. There again, we had right after that, then this last weekend, Lebanon's Civil War reenactment was held in Memorial Park. There again, beautiful weather. Turnout was great. Didn't hear many complaints about the cannons going off, but I think everybody in town heard them. And as far as that, Historic Society just does a great event, and a lot of volunteers there, and can't thank them enough either. Really good people to work with, and again, they were excited. Beautiful weather, and they'll be coming back again next year. I think Rotary had a dinner Sunday night when that was wrapping up, and Lincoln got to eat dinner with Rotarians. So if you see any Rotarians, ask him if they had dinner with Lincoln. He really enjoyed it too. But as far as that, he stayed in his uniform or his outfit and walked the walk. That was pretty cool. The Fall Pickleball League, we also had a pickleball tournament that went on during the Civil War, and it finished right before the Civil War event started, before they started the reenactment. And nice turnout, and that money was raised for a person that's trying to adopt a child. I thought it was pretty cool. That had a real good turnout for that. Our annual Pumpkins in the Park will take place this year on Saturday, October 28th from 11 to 2. The cost is $5 per person, includes pumpkin painting, s'mores, hay rides, and more. We'd like to give a special thank you to Four Branches by John Lastly for donating pumpkins this year, the Lebanon IGA for donating s'mores supplies, and the Refuge coffee truck that will be at the event providing coffee and other fun all drinks. We hope to see everybody there. Fall Pickleball League is wrapping up this next Thursday. The league has been a lot of fun, had a lot of pickleball has been played. We will pick back up in the spring, and that's a wrap. Yeah, any questions or anything there? I jumped around a lot.
I have a question for you,
Yes.
John. You mentioned how they helped check out the Christmas decorations, and it seems like it's been a few years ago, but we had a lot of discussion during some of these meetings about all the displays we have at Memorial Park for Christmas, and we had talked about working toward adding to them at time. Has there been any?
We haven't put budgeted any money for that, but, yeah, if there's any facility money left over, we always try and look. What we end up buying is the actual lights that go around all the umbrellas, around the fencing and things like that. Those things can cost up to $50,000, and they're old, they're ancient. We're very brittle. I think last year we blew up Rudolph and didn't we blow Rudolph? Yeah, his nose blew off and, yeah, popping when I plugged him in. It was, yeah. Sorry to see him go. He was right at the entrance northeast, but, yeah, as far as that, yeah, no, we are looking into it. I know the councilman said something about it too, about helping us with that. So hopefully we could find some extra money. Anybody would like to donate, not bringing their Christmas decorations in. We need commercial grade, and I appreciate everybody coming in and wanting to bring manger scenes and all these different things, but no, we have to buy commercial grade, something that'll hold up, or it'll be like Rudolph and everything will be popping out of but yeah, that's, yeah. No, the last donation I think we had, the Heine's donated quite a bit, the Heine family, and then there was the middle school concession stand. The penguins that you see out there, that was donated with them, I think, 6 years ago, if I'm not mistaken. And that's probably our newest ones, other than the ones downtown where we have the big Christmas tree that we'll be putting up. We'll cut those grasses down in the 4, I call them hot tubs on the corners. Anyway, we'll be flattening those and putting Christmas trees up probably sooner than we want to, but it's coming. That help?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's great. Yeah, those things do wear out, and
They sure do.
So there's like, kind of always need to be planning on how to keep them fresh, you
Yes.
know, kind of thing. So
And
I'm
we
just
do have
curious.
swimming that's offered too at the lap swimming at the high school pool twice a week, 5:30 in the morning. Starting to build up a crew there, so we hope to have people do it. It's $5 a swim, but it gets you going, and it's really nice group, so.
We've had
anybody-
5 and 6 at a time.
I was going to say, it's growing, and it was real nice, I guess, this summer, when the pool was closed at the high school, came around and walked the lazy river, and I think that was very enjoyable,
Oh, we
is what I
didn't just
heard.
walk it, we swam.
You swam, did you
Oh,
really?
yeah, we
Oh,
swam.
there you go.
Yeah, it
There
was
you go.
great.
Yeah,
A couple ducks joined us most mornings.
I tell you, they come back every year, so I don't know if we took some of their space.
Yeah, I don't think they liked us being there, but
That's right, that's
we
right.
got along okay.
But yeah, that's it. Staying busy. We had just an incredible month, to say the least, and guys are finally getting some vacation time in. A lot of them save it because when the pool's open, it's just ridiculously crazy, and we're going 100 different directions. So now guys are finally getting some times with their family and taking some vacation, and appreciate that too.
Or your crew should be proud of the facilities, but also of how well the events seem to go.
They did, yeah.
It's
yeah.
really, really well done.
And a lot of these people from Eli Lilly are new to the job or new to the town. Some of them are very familiar with our parks, but they were so impressed. And my wife, of course, took me down. I said, boy, you should hear it. And she said, well, they aren't going to tell you you're horrible. And I said, oh, thanks a lot. But
Great.
no, they were really sincere, and they really enjoyed what they were doing and just loved how clean and well manicured our parks were. And that's due to our staff that works really hard at it. And can't thank them enough. We had a real good pool season too, and we'll do a wrap up in December there, and all the numbers and all that. And that's all I had. But yeah, any questions?
The last bench that was placed that you mentioned, where
Yes.
was that placed?
That's on Camp Street.
Where
right
at on Camp?
Right in the middle. In between the other two benches. So halfway from 39 to North Meridian, or that Uland Drive, right in the very middle. You'll see it. It's right up next to the sidewalk there.
So the next one that's donated, can we look at a place there? You remember I talked to you about that? I'd had several people say that there was a gap there that
Yeah, there's several,
Older
and
people.
we have, I think, 2 more that are coming in that are donating, and, yeah, as soon as they come in, yes.
But I think it's along Lebanon Street where there's a gap.
It is, it is. There's one there, and then there's another one. We're trying to replace the old wooden ones as we go. Those were donated from a very nice man down at the Hot Pond, Mr. Terry Williams, that, God rest his soul. He helped us with all those wooden ones way back, 9 years ago, 10 years ago, but they've seen their better days, so now we're replacing them with those metal ones. But he donated his time on all that, and actually, all the ones at the Hot Pond, he donated those and the material. Love to do it, and just love to see all the kids and families out. So we will fill those gaps.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Earlier, you mentioned about conformity with benches and things like that. Are we going to be more
Uniformity and.
uniform with?
Yeah, we're, just like our signage, black and gold, and it's throughout the town. Our buildings, we try and keep the color codes the same. Those things have been green since I was a kid, dark green. And the utilities, we finally changed the one at the splash pad. We took over their pump house, basically. We still kind of share it with the utilities. But that, we painted it the yellow, and then boom, now they're all that same color. And it makes it easier on storing paints and things like that, too. We have black, gold, brown for the insides of the restrooms, blue for the boys' restrooms.
Will the benches be consistent now, too?
Yes, the black benches, and we replaced downtown. I know that ATP Welding did a nice job. Skateboarders get up there and they kind of, or whatever it is, wear and tear, let's just say that. I don't want to pick on skateboarders, I like them. But yeah, they brushed it off, so we had to pull those out and powder coat them and paint them. ATP Welding put on little things, little metal things so they can't kind of grind on them or whatever that's called. I'm not a skater, but they have a lot of talent. And there again, met with a engineering firm too. There again, I think I told you that last meeting on the engineering that will be done at the street department on Lafayette Avenue. They haven't moved into their official building yet, out in the business park. They just had a ribbon cutting ceremony, so they're slowly moving out there. We'll work through the winter on a master plan to do that, and that will be through an engineering firm that's also doing the environmental studies on it. We've done one environmental test, that haven't got the results back from the second one on that street department, because it used to be several things. I think it was county highway, I think it was also Triangle Asphalt, and then the city took over with the street department. But yeah, that will be going and have public input and meetings on that, and go forward on that. And that's it. Any questions?
I thought the pictures and everything on Facebook, it was really, the coverage was great with the Lilly employees working, and I think that was well received by most. And
Yeah, our own Katie Obrimsky, it's Katie Reisner now, was in charge of that, kind of one of the ringleaders to get that Lebanon's own. So she was born and raised here, and she helped to orchestrate a lot of that, and I had several meetings with her, and I think she did it. That was her first big event, and 100 plus people, that's a lot. And it was very well organized. Love everybody that we met. They did a real nice job too. Couldn't ask for better help.
yeah, that's great.
Saved us a bunch of work. Now we're ahead of the game a little
Hey,
bit.
you shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, no, we really, yeah. Aren't we, Billy? Yeah, sure.
Any other questions for John this evening?
We're all very proud of our park.
Yes, we
Yes,
are.
we are. Yeah, that shows. It does. That's what they all said. They said, you guys are proud. And the guys just loved it too, because they got to hear the compliments that I hear all the time. So it was really good from out of town, and a lot of local people too. So that was good.
Okay, if everyone's had a chance to look at the claims, I'd entertain a motion, we approve the claims.
So moved.
I have a motion, do I have a second? I have a motion and a second. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. If nothing else to come before the board this evening, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second?
I have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Those opposed? Motion carried. Thank you for joining us this evening.